We should be good to go for session 40, and you should see the image on the screen. What was missing that you should now see is the corridor that's directly across from you that I did not have in the original map.
Ah, okay.
So, to refresh memory, I will reread the description of this room that currently, well, Kaylee can't see it. Oh, wait a minute, is Varric also blinded? No, he's blind.
Varric is also listed as blinded.
I'm blind.
Yep, so you're both blinded, so you really can't share what you see in this room at the moment. However,
but everybody else should be able to at least see that the corridor on the far side.
yes, you can. And I would say you probably also can make out the fact that there are pillars within the room, large, thick, square pillars. But yeah, at this moment, you have your two frontline people are blind.
If Kaylee is going to hand me a potion, while I'm taking it, I'm going to burn a divine sense and just see if I can sense any undead around us or anything like that.
Undead or other things that it senses.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here quickly. That actually probably might not have been a bad call. Let me make sure I'm covering it though.
Because that's literally all I can do right now if I'm blind.
Hi.
Oh
It's
yeah,
the only way I
Keith,
can see.
Keith, can you remove my token from the map and then re-add it from the combat tracker? Because it doesn't seem to be attached to me.
To the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover. You know the type, celestial fiend or undead, of any being whose presence you sense, but not their identity. Within that same radius, you also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the hollow spell.
That's what I was looking for. Now, why can't I find it in your spell list though? There, no divine health, divine smite. Where's divine sense?
Should have been right between divine sense, because that's where I am too. Divine health, then divine sense.
Paladin. Guiding style defense, capture enemy, find health. Find. Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Yeah, it's definitely the paladin ability. Oh, see, listed under your paladin's list. The hell?
That's weird. It's on my sheet.
Gremlin.
I'm looking at your sheet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm in the actions tab. I'm in combat mode. I'm in display.
Oh, I had to go. Yeah, I couldn't find it under actions. I went under abilities.
Thank you.
And had to find it there. It was weird. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Yep. That's why. Okay. As an action, you can open your awareness to text end of your next turn. You know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you. Find total cover without a type. In the same way, you must have present in place or consecrated. All right, so let's see. Not only does this area give you an uncomfortable feeling,
Which area?
hold on a second.
Okay.
All right, so the area that you're in is giving you an uncomfortable feeling, for sure.
Oh, okay.
There is a larger concentration coming from the north.
Okay.
There is an intense concentration coming from the southeast. In other
Okay.
words, these areas have obviously been hallowed for evil.
Evil.
I'll tell Carrie Ellie this as soon as, like, as I'm taking it and like getting the sense of the area, I'm gonna say this place is bad, evil, real bad.
Okay.
As I drink the potion.
Did you drink the potion? Do you need me to apply the effect? Or are you
Yeah,
good?
sure. I'm not 100% how to do that, so.
Okay, I will apply it to you. And you have now regained 6 points of healing.
Sweet.
Yes, very sweet.
Just to question, Keith.
Yes.
What was the color of the pool water again? The three columns of water.
Okay. Give me a second.
And also, can we get a timestamp for my notes, please?
Absolutely. Okay. Ding, 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 ding. So that's easy. I had the calendar up. And all right. So the northernmost pool holds a perfumed, transparent liquid with a green tinge. The middle pool contains a deep red liquid, and the southernmost pool contains a clear one.
What was the last one again?
Clear. Just
Clear. Yep.
looks like water, basically.
I just thought, like, if we're dealing with the god of death, wouldn't red be more fitting for him? And the second question I want to ask you, the glyphs, are they actually drawn into the ground?
No, they're inscribed.
Well, yeah. There may be two ways around this then. Okay, I'm gonna break out cat form for
Hold on,
change.
Hold on one second, Ms. Just to double check. There was a potion of healing that you gave to Varric, right? Alex?
Yes, and I took care of it on my inventory tab.
Right, but I was checking to see if what you gave him had any impact on blindness, and no, it does not.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still blind. I'm a little healthier. I'll at least stand up.
I didn't expect it to, but I just wanted to
Yeah.
help him feel a little better because.
Oh yeah, I get that, but I was checking,
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to be sure I wasn't overlooking anything. So anyway, yeah, I'm sorry, Ms. It's rare that you come out of cat form, so I shouldn't have interrupted you.
No. It's okay. I don't think I can exit cat form for some reason. There's normally an option to actually leave it, but for some reason they're not.
It is a known. It is a known bug that there can be complications if you are in shapeshift when the table goes down and then you come back to the table. It is a known bug that there are issues. He's still trying to figure out what the heck's going on.
Is there a
Oh,
word?
no, it's okay. You all know now. I turn into my elf and I just basically go, "What up, folks?" And then
What do you look like, Ms.?
Well,
Yes, if I could
just
see you.
in case they forgot what I look like, I'm obviously wearing a green robe and I've got long black hair, same colour as my cat fur when I'm in panther form. And I basically look at the glyphs on the floor and say, Coyote, you might want to move away from the glyph area. I'm about to experiment with something.
I'm going to take a few steps forward, and I'm going to tell Kaeli, like, stay behind me. Like, I know, like, he realizes he's messed up, but there's a lot of bad
I'm
shit
just
down in the
following the wall.
southeast.
I'm just following the wall.
I look at the Goliath brother next to me and say, after I cast a spell, would you mind testing to see if it's safe to walk across? Thank you, good chap. Tap his shoulder, and I am going to cast on the floor where the glyph is, erupt earth.
Mm.
Because I'm thinking about destroying the glyph area. Because if the glyph is not holding its form and shape, can it still cast a spell to defend the area?
Yeah.
Technically
Yeah.
So what
speaking,
are you casting, Miz?
erupting earth. That is a level 3 spell.
Interesting.
I'll let you read it, and then you could determine as a DM if that's something that would work in theory. Because I'm going off old school stuff, you know, like basically when you like watch a movie or read a book, and like they draw like a protective circle where it casts magic powers, or like if you just disrupt the magic field in any way, it no longer has power. I'm just taking that kind of mindset.
Definitely an interesting thought. I like it. Let me look up something though quick. Where the heck are they?
It makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Frequently, one way to deactivate a magical rune is to simply deface it. Not guaranteed, but it's certainly viable.
And Keith, can you throw me Haig's character sheet so I can?
I believe I can. Give me a moment. Let's see.
Yep. And Dan, if you're while this is happening, Mizram was speaking to Haig when he was asking if you would be willing to go through it after he tried to destroy one of the glyphs. And I know you're busy, so that's why I'm throwing it out so you get it.
Well, just to let you know, it destroys the ground in a 20-foot cube, so it should technically get all glyphs if they're all on the floor.
Okay. All right, sweet. Thank you. Oh shit. Haig's totally gonna look at Fakish and be like, when Mizram says this, he's gonna be like, no, I'm pretty messed up.
Lunch, guys. I saw when Miz was looking at the runes and stuff, and then I cut a pipe that actually made my mute button go on. So somebody last 5 minutes.
So Mizram's gonna try to destroy
Anything important that
glyphs.
we've missed? Hold on a second. Anything important that we've missed that I need to update?
I don't think so.
Dan? That was Dan that was on mute. Did you just put yourself back on mute?
Might have.
Yeah, I guess so. All right,
Yes,
we're here.
I did.
Was there-
Well,
Oh,
yeah. Was there anything important that I missed in the last?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
You had us on mute. I thought you meant that you had yourself muted and we didn't hear your responses.
Oh, it muted my audio. You guys.
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right. Well, other than, did you hear the update? The recap from last session?
Yeah, I think he said he just missed the last
Yeah.
like 5 or so minutes.
3 to 5 minutes. Yeah.
35. 3 to 5 or 35?
3
3
to 5.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're still here. We didn't leave. I'm glad you figured it out before you went too much further. All right.
Yeah,
So,
I thought you said 35 too. So, okay.
okay, good. Wasn't just me. Wasn't just me. All right. So the description for what is placed does say, quote, If the surface or object is moved more than 10 feet from where you cast this, it is broken and the spell ends without being triggered. So the question is, in my mind, does erupting earth qualify as something equivalent to moving this inscribed glyph more than 10 feet? Doesn't say anything about breaking the object or distorting it, which would be definitely clear cut. It's moving the object. Huh.
Interesting.
Yes. So it's a question of the balance between intent and compliance.
Well, what's I would say part of it would be damage rolled, because obviously the stones would automatically fail their deck save, right? So how much does this thickness of ancient stone have, and how many tentative hit points might it have?
Now,
And
you
if
know
can
what
he
I-
actually
actually
smash
what
it?
I think is probably most appropriate to handle this is to allow both literal effects to occur, which means that yes, he does manage to successfully dispel the glyph, and given the area of effect of the erupting earth, well, I guess I would have rather had you guys figure that out, but he does take the bludgeoning damage from all of the rocks flying all around him. So yeah,
Thank you for
So
that.
how big is this area of effect?
20
20
Uh,
feet.
20-foot cube centered on the glyph,
Yeah,
which he can choose which glyph, but that would pretty much cover all the glyphs
yeah.
and should leave everyone out of the area, yeah, just perfectly out of the area of effect, except for him.
Yeah, you can definitely
So-
center it so that it.
Oh, not bad. That could have been a lot worse. But yeah, so the earth churns and erupts forth, the glyphs break apart without any other explosive damage, but the boulders pelt and pummel Mizram a little more than he expected and winds up taking 12 points of damage.
I was gonna say, as Mizram is talking about doing this sort of a thing, Redrith would very carefully take his robe and his bracers of defense off, put them on the floor, then cast mage armor on himself, and then pick them both back up and put them back on.
Okay. Bracers of defense do not count as armor for the purposes of spells like mage armor.
Okay.
So you don't have to take those off.
Okay.
I was going to
I
ask
just-
what was the purpose
and-
behind taking them off first, but thank you for clarifying that, Alex.
I thought it
Yeah,
was
I
like
just
an
wanted to, I wanted to
OCD.
make
Same
sure that it. Okay.
He wants to
Same
stack.
with same with the cloak of protection. Same with the cloak of protection. It's not those do not count as armor for the purposes of mage armor. So they
So
do
did
stack with mage armor, and the spell does go off.
Okay. All right.
I now have this mental image of Jim Carrey being that wizard from Conan Destroyer. You know, with those real hard braces he had. And he goes ching ching ching. Pretty much across each other.
I don't see the effect on you though.
Yeah, is something wrong with my character? It seems like I'm clicking the stuff on my character sheet, and I wonder if it's
Okay,
because
that
I've
one-
got two characters that have the same name.
As long as you've got the correct one open.
I'll open the other one and change the name.
Yeah. So the mage armor effect, you can
Oh, you know
technically
what?
cast mage armor on other people. So you have to either have yourself targeted or drag the effect button onto yourself,
Oh, okay.
because you can technically cast it on other people. It's normally
I
used
see.
on yourself, but you can
There,
cast
that
it
worked.
on other people.
I dragged it on myself, and that worked.
There we go. That's better.
Okay.
Now I see it in the combat tracker. Okay, so Kaoli is going to, as soon as the ground stops shaking and things stop crashing around like they're flying, Kaoli is gonna call out, do you want me to try running past the glyphs again?
You can do, and I will. And when we all group together, I'll happily group heal us all. We're just gonna have to huddle around my little pet
20-foot cube.
spirit cat.
Huddle around a 20-foot cube.
So Kaoli is going to run past the glyphs again and like not stop until she literally runs into Vekesh. Because she can't see. She like bumps into Vekesh and stops.
And hence you can't see if anything happens, but you also don't feel anything happen. So that's probably a good sign.
Okay, because yeah, just because I don't take damage doesn't mean I don't feel it. So.
Well,
Oh, and Varric's gonna do the same thing.
I am.
He's just gonna run
As soon as I
blindly
hear
until he
nothing
bumps
happen,
into
I'm
me.
just gonna start barreling forward.
Roy Jenkins.
Blind as shit.
I grab Kelly and sidestep out of the way of Eric coming through.
The question is, does he fall when he gets to the pool? And all of a sudden the ground goes out from under his foot.
Oh yeah, what happens?
We're south of the pools. We're south of the
Yeah.
pools.
Yeah,
I
you
just
are.
run into the wall.
Those things. God.
He just yeah, he just runs into people.
I know for sure Redrick
Like-
went back out of the way.
I will touch Kaoli on shoulder, and I will cast lesser restoration to restore eyesight.
Yeah, that should do it.
No more blindness. Excellent. You're gonna do that for
I'm still
Varric
blind.
too?
And the cat
will
said-
do-
And the cat said, "Let there be light."
Good, I could see. Thanks.
Clumsily feeling around with my hammers out, like bashing them into everybody. Like, where is everybody?
And Vekesh does a mass healing word. That should have gone on Haig too, because Haig is also sore.
Yeah.
Thought I grabbed everybody. Did I miss Hag? Sorry, Hag.
No, it said that it did.
Oh,
No,
no,
you did get Haig.
Oh,
No,
it did.
it
Yep,
did.
you got
It did. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you got everybody then.
Did it apply it though? Everyone get those 7 points?
Yeah, as far as I can
Everybody
tell.
who needed them got them. Most of us were not wounded.
Just the barrel riders.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still just so you guys know, we're both still blind.
Were you online? Playing offline.
All right, so Ms., you're still
Okay.
in humanoid form.
Yeah, I'm still in humanoid form, and I basically go, guys and girls, I would get into the other room if you want to get in here, because I'm not sure if the glyph will go back to normal once my spell ends. So you might want to get into the other side.
Okay. All right, Keith, can you take the blinded condition off of us, because it's still on.
Now, why would it be doing that? Huh? All right, so let's.
Because
If
Because
you
it's
add the
silly like
effect,
that.
then we can't take it off.
Oh, that's
Yep.
probably a good reason. Got you. Okay, so hold on. Fine, you're over there.
before or after movements are approved doesn't matter. It's just a matter of before we try to fight anything. Or make perception checks.
Okay, that should be taken care of
Okay. Yes, much better.
then. Okay, and
Much better.
everyone's coming on over. Mass exodus.
Yep.
Uh,
Okay, Hag.
there we go. I was gonna say, what about Hague?
There we go. I'm like, Haig hasn't moved. Haig was supposed to move. Nobody
My
moved Haig. Because Haig's player's
Where's your
not
brother?
actually logged onto the computer.
What I'll do
Yeah.
now.
Now we look around, and I'm gonna ask Varric again. So where was that extra concentration of evilness?
Yeah, I'll say down in the southeast and directly to the north.
Maybe
Pretty
that
much everywhere.
Sarlacc pit to the north.
Yeah, everything's bad here. Just anybody. Never mind. I'm good. Let's do this. Do we want to go check out this bloody hole up here? I mean, I don't know how I feel about that.
I put my hand on gloves. Go before we do that. Let me just make sure everyone's healed, and I will summon a little spirit cat to heal everyone, and that's a healing spirit, and that should heal for up to 1 minute. How many times can I change the roll in, and they? So it can heal number of times equal to +1 or spell casting modifier. So for me, that should be 5d6s.
Ooh. Yeah, Hagen and Varric both really need to snuggle with that little spirit cat.
One plus your spellcasting modifier.
Yeah.
Okay, that looks like 4 because your spellcasting modifier is probably wisdom as a druid, and your wisdom is +3.
Yeah, my wisdom, I should have a +4, but I'm not sure if it represented properly while I'm in cat form.
Oh, okay.
No, you're right. +3. I'm not as wise as I thought
I'm looking on the party sheet.
No,
I'm looking
I'm
on
not
the party
wise.
sheet. The party sheet does not reflect the and besides, in wild shape, you keep your mental stats.
Yep, I just remembered. I am not as wise as I thought I was.
So yeah, it's a plus. It's 4 of them total. So Varric and Haig should probably get the benefit of those because there are tanks.
Yeah, henceforth why I haven't picked up animal handling. If I was wise as a druid, I would have learned how to handle animals.
Alrighty.
Right, let
So-
me heal you up.
And then Caleb is going to be like, evilness. Should we tell the Sheik that we found evil?
No, we should kill it first and then tell him.
We should kill it first and then tell him.
Bring him back
He
to heads
just
of
kind of
all
like
evil.
shrugs, like, okay, sure, whatever.
What if he doesn't believe us? I think, haven't we already done that once?
Well, killed it first and then told him?
No, didn't you already go word of mouth against the
Yes.
to the
Backing
sheep
it.
and have that like fail spectacularly?
Yes.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just know that they accused the younger son of
Yeah.
of something, and they
Wickedness.
didn't really have proof, and he threw them out of his tent.
I haven't seemed to have gotten the spell video recording yet, so I'm not sure
World
how we'll get our
Star.
proof.
That- That's a 10th level.
I cast World Star on the brothers.
All right, so
Um,
are we ready for the description of the room?
So murder
Yes,
hobo
please.
them all and bring the heads back, right? Is that pretty much what we're talking about?
I mean, that would
That
be
seems to
that's
be-
with how
that seems
evil
to be
this
what the
shit
brothers
feels.
want.
Yeah, with how evil it feels, yeah, we should just kill everything that's not us in here, or innocent people, obviously, because that Sarlacc pit does look rather nefarious, with blood and things, sacrificial, maybe. So yeah, innocent people, we don't bring the heads back, but the bad guys, yeah, we just fucking smash them.
All right, so time for the description. So you know what you're dealing
Yeah.
with.
Yes, please.
Two rows of thick pillars covered with chaotic designs support the 50-foot tall ceiling of this hall. At the north end of the chamber is a huge stone idol of a man with the sneering head of a jackal. The eyes of the idol look like large red gems. The idol's hands rest on his knees. Before the massive idol, a pit 10 feet across glows with a pulsating red light. That is where you are receiving the second highest concentration of your divine sense. The
Yeah.
highest concentration is coming from the corridor down to the southeast.
Sarlacc pit.
You want to do that? Can you do that erupt earth thing and just destroy all of that? Like that doesn't need to exist.
Well, he did that
That's
on
terrible.
on the glyphs. This is something different.
Right. No, that's just Varric assuming.
Okay, yeah.
That would be great. This is wicked.
Do that to
This
everything.
needs to be destroyed. Yeah.
Actually, you guys kind of thought it was cool because, being all related to, stone and mountains and rock and earth. And it's like, hey, this guy has an affinity with the ground. This is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know what we would get from this, how evil this thing is. Like, it's way eviler down at this corridor. So.
Yeah, interestingly enough, not the thing that you're identifying as a sacrifice pit, that's not the source of the evil. It's evil, but it's not the source of it.
Yeah. There's more evil that way.
Lesser of two evils. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, lovely.
All right, guys, we are about an hour into it, and I do need to get up and keep the circulation flowing. So let's go ahead and take we'll do a 13-minute break. So we'll meet back here at the bottom of the hour.
Right up.
Cool.
Sounds
like
good.
plan.
So this just occurred to me, to those with the glyphs or the symbols on the walls. Could I have done something with mage hand and an object to see if
Possibly.
it just occurred to me? I was like, oh, hey, I've got mage hand. Yeah, I probably could have carried something across the glyphs and see what happens too.
That would have been interesting for sure.
Son of a bitch. Hindsight.
It's
Oh,
better
yeah.
than blindsight.
For sure.
All right, see you guys back here in about 12 minutes.
Cool.
What do we want to do, guys? Or did everybody get up?
I'm still here.
Okay. Kale, he's perfectly willing to go along with you guys and kill shit, but she's not entirely certain that is the best plan.
I'm not sure if they already went vocally against the brothers and made the boss guy mad. If he would even follow people saying, hey, we found something you need to see, would he even come and take a look? Or would he just say, I'm not going to listen to you anymore?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the part I don't have any idea.
I mean, more investigation is good. Bringing back proof is better. But I don't know that we should be a judge, jury, and executioner without notifying the authorities first. That's Kaoli's hesitation to just killing them before we talk to the sheik.
Well, if those runes are actually destroyed and they're not going to come back online, I could always put the dome right in the doorway, and that will keep whoever, unless there's another exit, that'll keep whoever's in here, and then someone can go get the guy and come back.
That's a possibility. And the other thing is, just because it's actively emanating evil doesn't mean that these guys are necessarily evil. They could be trying to, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. They could be trying to reverse the evil. Taylor Lee doesn't think that's very probable, but it is a possibility. Not a very likely one.
Well, I think keeping all the players down here might, and go get the boss guy and have him take a look, let him sort out the what's good and bad, and then at that point we can just kill whatever is the bad stuff or something.
Yeah, well, Taylor Lee is also thoroughly convinced that they probably know we're here by now.
Right.
With that mini earthquake, it was probably loud.
And the explosions themselves.
As well as
from
shaking the
ruins.
entire place.
Right. That's why we don't know if there's another exit, but if there's not, if I put the dome in there, then they're not coming through.
Mm-hmm. Unless it takes us longer than 8 hours to convince the guy.
Pretty much. But I also have sending and message, so I could, very briefly communicate with whoever went back to look too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm all for going and getting the big guy to come and arbitrate what's going on. I can, that sounds fine to me. If he didn't believe us the first time, there's a pretty good chance he's not going to believe us the next time. So we may as well.
I didn't
or
think
not
we had
not
gone
take
to
our
him
word for it.
I didn't think we'd gone to him yet with any of our suspicions about the second son.
Oh, I thought we had, and they didn't, but there wasn't any proof. Oh, they went and talked to the second son himself, right?
Yeah, with no proof. And he got pissed and threw him out of the tent.
Right.
And I am apparently having internet troubles.
Oh yeah, you disappeared from the game.
Yeah. This is why I always make sure that with Zoom, my voice communications is via my phone. I'm apparently having internet troubles. I'm not sure if it's my computer or my internet. Okay. Well, there's one thing I know I can try. Let's reboot the computer. I hope this poor baby is not dead. It's really hard to run things off my tablet because it likes to overheat when I run Fantasy Grounds. I'm lucky if I get an hour on it. It's so hard to save money because buying things is so tempting. I have no impulse control when it comes to buying cool things.
I feel like I have too much sometimes, and then I miss out on shit. So I get it.
But I need a new gaming computer.
Mm-hmm.
The laptop would be awesome. Desktop would be perfectly acceptable.
I'm in the same boat. I'm like, nope. I actually was like, I'm not going on a trip to Hawaii because I was like, nope, I want to get a solid computer before I go any place other than home. No.
Yeah, I'm willing to take an older model refurbished unit because that's closer to in my budget. But this thing's 6 years old, been used for this thing's like 8 years old, been used for that entire time, and it's
Man.
definitely having trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how is it at running other tabletop softwares? Is it okay for running like Roll20 or something like Foundry or any of the other
I mean,
products out there?
it's fine in terms of the specs to run stuff. It's fine. It's just that it doesn't stay connected to my internet all the time, and it has power issues, so it's effectively a portable desktop rather than an actual laptop, because it doesn't recognize that it has a battery
Oh man.
that holds a charge. I'm fairly certain that both batteries I own for this thing will in fact hold a charge, but there's something wrong with the
Where they connect.
power circuitry
Yeah.
where they connect, that it doesn't register that it has a functional battery connected.
Yeah, it sounds like your laptop is really out to get you.
So I need a different one. I need one that actually functions as a laptop. And I need one that can run my programs, and it does not have to be a brand new top of the line computer. It just has to function.
Work.
I mean,
Yeah.
these days you can get like really good for what you want to use it for, unless you want to do it for like use it for other things. I mean, you could probably get a brand new laptop that for a good price to just run if that all you want to do D&D on it. But if you want to do other things, then obviously you might have to go the route you're saying.
Yeah. Honestly, I want it to be able to run something like Skyrim, because I own Skyrim and
yes.
I haven't actually had a chance to play it. And it just feels like it might be a lot of fun. I also need it to be able to run Dungeon Siege, which is an older game. And it has compatibility issues with my laptop.
Well, the question you need
it
to ask
runs fine on my tablet, but not on my...
Well, the question you need to ask yourself is, are you planning on modding your Skyrim games?
I am not planning on modding my Skyrim games. I just want vanilla Skyrim.
Well, I'm not going to tell you the kind of mods I put on because obviously I don't know where Keith like to put this recording. So, but I put some interesting things on my Skyrim game. But I
have enough trouble finding both the time and the energy to play any video game that vanilla is going to give me more than enough hours of entertainment.
If you have got to put a mod in, just put the Better Werewolf one in, because that was the best mod I put in, because when you just escape the prison and like you make your way down to Whiterun, and like I see a bunch of people like running up the hill screaming werewolf. I go, what werewolf? I go, what the hell? I don't see the werewolf. I just see the bloke just walking up the hill, start tearing off his skin. I'm like, oh, that werewolf. I screamed like a little girl, started running back up the mountain, and then all of a sudden, feel the ground vibrate behind me, and then all of a sudden, I go flying off to the side, off the mountain, over the treetops, and I start screaming as I'm flying through the air. And then, just as I think I died, I have one hit point. I'm at the base of the pine tree. I'm like, I survived. And the werewolf landed right in front of me. I screamed like a girl again. They tore me to pieces. I'm like, Well, that's a good way of starting the game.
Wow. Jesus.
I have never actually even installed Skyrim. I own it.
Good game. Good game.
I've
I
seen
want to play
a
it.
ton of cool mods, and I think that just the base game is cool. But I've never
Yeah,
I
played
started it. I started it and managed to wander into a higher level area of some sort, up a mountain or something,
Ooh.
and just got killed
Mm.
like one after another after another. So that's as far as I got.
All right, I'm back, folks. We ready?
Welcome back. Yep.
Sure.
Maybe my computer decided to have internet troubles.
Oh, lovely. Talk about timing.
So I rebooted.
Okay.
It's still thinkifying.
And that's what triggered the talk about a new system, huh?
Yeah.
With
I've
prices
got an
the way they
8-year-old
are-
laptop.
Yeah, with prices the
I
way
have
they
an
are, this
8-year-old
is probably-
laptop that needs replacing.
and this is like the worst time possible to want to replace hardware.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Everything is just way too expensive, and you got to wait for it, and people are paying money sight unseen, buying stuff that's broken or not under warranty just because they're desperate. Getting pretty
Yeah.
bad. All right,
Yeah.
so
A three-year-old model that is refurbished, as long as it works, that would be fine. Attempting to log in.
let's see. Now that you're in a little further, I guess there should be a little more revealed in this area. All right, so have you guys decided what you're going to do at this point?
Smite evil.
Smite evil.
Smite evil. Okay.
It's evil. The paladin wants to kill everything.
Yep. And
Kaoli
Just saying,
thinks
that's my
that we
job.
should. Kaoli thinks that we should just go back and tell the sheik that yeah, we found a concentration of evilness under the obelisk, and when we followed some people down there, yeah, do you mind if we like kill some people?
Oh.
Or, you know, should we capture them and bring them back to you?
Mhm. Or we could ask for forgiveness later and just say, hey, we killed all these evil people.
And just murder hobo everybody.
But we
Only
do
evil
need to bring proof. We do need to bring
Do we?
proof that they were being evil if we just kill them first and ask forgiveness later.
Sure. And there might be innocent people here.
Common sense is kind of hard to pass off as evidence.
Well, I'm gonna laugh my butt off if we get in there and they all pull back the hood and we're thinking, and it's all the people we've been talking to is actually part of the cult. I'm gonna be like, well, ain't this Rosie's?
Kill them all. I defer to the group.
Yeah,
And,
for a change, the DM is at the party's mercy.
do we want to check out the not so shiny evil or the super shiny evil?
There's nobody in this room. Nobody's heard the explosions, fortunately. So
Right?
we still have the upper hand as far as
As
not,
far as we know.
being noticed.
Nobody has come out to investigate.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that nobody's noticed it, just that they haven't come out and said anything to us.
We do know that the nasty evil is lower right. We don't know exactly what's going on with the corridor directly to our east and the door to the southwest. So
Yes.
I think our sneaky should go and check out the east corridor, at least get an eyeball on what we're looking at there.
Agreed.
Okay. I will
Hit thing for the time being.
sneaky over that away. I will sneaky over that away. If my
Go ahead and roll a
mouse will
stealth check,
cooperate.
please.
I was working on it, but my mouse did not want to pick it up.
No,
It
no
was
rush.
very strange.
I noticed we only have 2 checkboxes on the ready, but I presume everyone's back.
Well,
Oh,
I
yes,
don't have
sorry.
an option because I
You
was not fully
logged in at
logged
the
in when
time.
you asked. So
Yeah, but 2 out of 5 still. I had some people missing.
okay.
Ms. Ms.
yeah.
you're back, right?
Yeah, I ticked the box earlier.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't
I
tell
just
me
ticked mine.
to check the boxes. So, so I know no Hague isn't online. Jim. Oh, Billy Joe.
Just question: is one of the tick boxes for Billy Joe? Is it?
There we go. Da, 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 da. All right. And of course, Varric's gonna move on up a little bit.
Just staying, with Fakish and checking things out.
And what are you
That's
guys using
the-
for lighting at the moment? Are you depending on ambient lighting?
Oh, I've got my monocle on, actually. I have to if it's dark.
That lighting is already light. What is the light source in the room anyway?
Pretty much the red glow from the room. So yeah, it should
That
have
can't
a red tinge.
That can't carry very far, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably
It
not
is a point of reference,
True.
but
a point of reference. It does kind of illuminate the room, but it's not going to provide much illumination around any of these corners.
Not good for reading.
well, Kaoli does have dark vision, so she can see in the dark enough to not trip over anything.
Well, that's
I
probably
can throw a fireball
that
down
much.
there. That'll light things up.
Absolutely.
No, thank you. So that's what
Just trying to be
Kaoli
helpful.
is using for lighting.
I mean, Hegel say he's got the sun sword. Light up the sun sword. We really want the light.
Word.
Well, the speed for
Kaoli is just kind of. Oh, cat issues. Okay.
I'm surprised he even says cat issues. Do you realize how many cats he has?
You're not allowed to answer that.
Several.
It's Miz.
He has more cats than I do because I have 0 cats.
Well, that's not a hard marker to pass,
Exactly.
So I'll take you up to a level of cat where you literally have cats coming out your pockets.
Just about. I've got one on the chair behind me and one in my lap at the moment.
Silly cats.
I just had to break up a fight between 2 others.
Nice.
All right. So I'm peeking around this corner,
Okay. Give me just.
and I am definitely on guard and like not like shoot the first thing I see, but definitely on guard and ready to shoot something if it acts aggressively towards me. And yeah, going sneaky as much as possible.
Just a second.
I can see well enough to make out figures in the dark.
So let's see. Let's start with revealing the area.
It's a hallway.
This hallway is crisscrossed with shadows that no light can banish. The air seems to reach with icy fingers to the very bones, tugging at life itself. The floor is covered with sand and dust that filters down from the cracks in the ceiling, adding to the 3-inch accumulation. 4 doors lead out from this area, 1 to the north, 1 to the east, and 2 to the south.
And lots of evil.
It'll be in that direction.
So
Okay. It is covered with sand and dust that filters down from the cracks in the ceiling, adding to the 3-inch accumulation. Footprints. Are there footprints? And if so, what kind and how many?
Well, probably quite a few, considering how many people we just witnessed coming in and out of this place.
Well, maybe they didn't go this way.
yeah, there's a northern door to that hallway that could lead to this eastern chamber right across from where we came in.
I mean, there are other exits to this hall, so
Or
So-
they went into the pit.
It is an excellent question, Kaoli. It would be really nice if they had actually addressed that in the description for this area. I had to actually look through the other areas to see whether or not there has been any activity. And I
don't
would,
you just love it when they write modules like that?
well, you know, sometimes things just don't occur to them. And again, this was a first edition module, so you know, but before the days where people were really that thorough. So that being said, I would have to say that yes, there are indications of footprint on the floor, especially if there's that much accumulation of dust and sand. Let's see.
Recent in particular.
You're not going to be able to tell exactly how recent because of the effects on the lighting.
Mm-hmm.
And with that in mind, also, yeah, you're not going to be able to tell much other than obviously that there has been traffic between, let me see.
Yeah, I know. It's illegal. I probably get arrested.
It seems like there only is a path to the door. The furthest door on the south wall.
That one.
That one, yes. So there does seem to be a
And
path
that
that
is
traversed in that corridor going to there. The other doors seem to be unused, at least in recent time.
okay. So, in order to not leave footprints, I'm going to use my ring of flying to hover, and I'm going to go listen at that door. I'm going to use my ring of flying to bypass leaving footprints and go. sneak over and listen at the door, because that's what you do when you're scouting inside corridors with doors. Would you like me to roll a perception check?
Not yet, because as soon as you step into the area within the hallway, you feel something.
Oh,
You can't
okay.
exactly describe it, but it's a sense from inside, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. Hurts enough to cause a point of damage, and the feeling is not going away.
Action from good.
Okay, so, well, that would have happened like when I got to like here, right?
Yeah, as soon as you stepped into the area, you would have felt the I guess the best way to describe it is a life draining force.
Okay.
Sweet. That's bad news.
Okay.
So fireball it is.
When all else fails, call the mage.
Nuke it from orbit.
Okay. Okay, that's probably not going to help. But Taylor might not know that, so she's going to come back over here. And
Oh, did you want to do that perception check?
not yet. Because if it's affecting me as soon as I step around that corner, I'm gonna come over here, because I'm going to suspect that the longer I stay in there, the harder it's going to get. So I'm gonna come over here and say, protection from life drain?
I can just give you some hit points back after they're drained. I don't know if anybody death ward. I think that's beyond us right now.
Well, Kaylee's not, a magic person, so she doesn't really know what you guys are capable of, other than that you do really cool magic shit.
Good way to describe it.
So she doesn't actually know what your spells are capable of. Unlike me, because the first thing Alex thought of was protection from evil and good, and it turns out that protection from evil and good isn't going to protect against this sort of life drain.
Yeah, that sucks.
And I have no idea what might.
Can I check out this hallway over here?
You can.
Walk up to the edge, take a look around.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Should be close enough to give you some visibility.
Oh, no, that's an interesting one, but I don't think anybody has it.
Hmm.
Oh, there's another one that would be really good right now, but it's much too high a level for us. A really cool spell for a situation like this would be project image, but that's like a 7th or 8th level spell.
It's just a. Oh wait.
Just a second.
Okay, so what's in this one?
Interesting.
What's that?
Nothing I'm allowed to say because it's player knowledge and not character knowledge.
Gotcha. Wall carvings showing grand harvests have been defaced and scarred in this 30-foot room. 3 elaborate basins stand on decorated pedestals, each containing a different liquid. The first liquid is clear. The second liquid, which bubbles and steams, is a dull red. And the third liquid, which burns, is amber.
This is where they test their fireball spells.
So you'll find the 3 basins. Again, my apologies, it's not on the map. In the northeast corner, the southeast corner, and the southwest corner. So
Okay.
let me put the pointers up.
So the only corner that is empty is that one, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Just like to be clear.
There we go.
And I got the sense that this room was, and it's clearly desecrated like the rest of the chamber.
Yep.
Okay.
But no sense of evil is coming from here.
Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, that life drain is going to be a little tricky. That's not good.
So which one are you going to drink, Merrick?
I'd say me and Haig would have to Rochambeau for that honor. Little Boulder Parchment Shears.
And since he's not here, I think we have a
He
volunteer.
auto fails.
He gets to go first, right?
Man, that's
Yep.
so dirty.
Wait.
I am listening.
Isn't he on voice?
Yeah, he is.
I thought Haig was on voice.
I'm in. Let's tag team. Let's do it.
I don't know. I don't want to drink any of it. I'll drink the clear one, right? The one that looks like
Okay.
water.
Actually,
You've
hold
had
on.
moonshots before,
Hold
right?
on. Hold on. So, correction. The area is not evil,
Mm.
but the liquid in the first basin, which is to your right as you come in the entryway,
Yeah.
absolutely is. And go ahead and do an insight check.
Alright.
Nope, no insight.
Cool.
But you are able to tell that the contents of that basin that Alex pointed to is definitely emanating a sense of evil.
Okay.
How strong is it compared to the evil from the southeast corridor?
It's about the same as the one coming from the pit, but definitely not as bad as that corridor.
Okay.
Yeah. We're still way more evil down there. So should we check that last door before we try to sort out this corridor?
Sure. And I will float over here and take a listen, assuming nothing happens as I approach it.
Yeah, that's definitely a good question at this point.
I'll let Redrith know about the evil one. I'll tell him you can, the best one, the healing potion one's the one when you first walk in.
So on a scale of 1 to 5, how evil was your experience?
The pit and the basin, about a 2. that corridor. About 5.
On a scale of 1 to 5, I think the southeast corridor is about a 5.5.
Yeah, it's like an 11. It's pretty bad.
Hold on a second. I gotta let the dog out.
Okay.
We don't, dogs, just
Kaylee, go
cats.
ahead- Kaylee, go ahead and do a perception check.
If I can convince my mouse to pick it up.
And good grief. Yeah. All right. So you do notice that there has been traffic into and out of that door as well. But you don't hear anything at the moment. That being said, at that point, you do hear something coming from down the evil corridor.
Oh, the evil is on the move.
Well,
Okay, so I don't hear anything from the door I'm next to, but I do hear something stirring from the other side.
not necessarily.
At which point
stirring.
I'm
Not necessarily stirring, but from one of the rooms or behind one of the doors, you can't tell which, you hear what sounds like metal on stone, like a chain hitting the stone, falling on the stone, clanking, and it's only once. It's not like a stirring sound or, suddenly something starting to move. You
okay.
just- something that sounds like a ka-ching.
Something clunks.
No,
Like
not,
metal
it's more
on
of a- It's more
stone.
of a chink than a clunk.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna look at the group and indicate silently that I hear nothing from behind the door, but from the other side I heard something.
Yeah, and it was quiet enough that you would say they probably did not hear it. You're actually surprised that you noticed it.
Yeah.
And
One of those things
it wasn't
that
loud. It's from behind the door. It's muffled. It sounds like something moved.
something that could be your imagination,
Maybe.
but you're not sure.
Yep, it could be one of those too. Did I just hear something? But it
Yeah.
definitely wasn't like a
So-
grunt or an animal noise or anyone speaking. It wasn't any of that.
Okay, so I'm going to indicate that I think I heard something down the evil corridor, but I'm not sure. But I don't hear anything behind this door.
And just to point out, so the paladin was able to tell the sense of evil from the pit, the sense of evil coming from the liquid. You are even able to tell the sense of evil coming from that hallway.
Okay. No special sense required to know that it feels nasty.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I'm basically waiting to see if people want me to attempt to open this door.
And the party consensus is?
Go for it. There's less evil that way than any other direction we possibly have choices.
Yep, agreed.
Except the way we came. Okay. First, I am going to inspect the door for traps and check to see if it is in fact locked.
It is not.
It is not locked.
Nope.
Do I detect any traps?
Go ahead and do an investigation check.
I just didn't want to be so far away from you in
You're
case evil came to get you.
fairly confident that there are no booby traps attached to this doorway.
Okay.
Movie.
Okay. In that case, I am then going to fly over here and ask somebody else to open the door.
You want me to open it?
Because that is what I do.
I checked it.
Hey,
now
would you be down there by him?
Or would he be up with the wizard?
Who?
Always with my brother.
Okay.
That's kind of what I thought.
Should we smash the door? Or we don't have to
I do
smash the
tell
door,
you
right?
that
It's
the
not
door-
locked.
I do tell you that the
Unlock.
door will open if you just open it regular.
Red dress gonna move, so he's got an angle on it.
But there's no fun if you don't smash things.
I know,
What
I
are
was
the
gonna
full-
say, it'd be really
what
dope
is
to
the
just.
full- What is the full details we know about the door?
It's unlocked and there's no traps. No sound on
It's
the other side.
unlocked, and I did not find traps.
And opens
And
away from you.
All right, just open the door.
How boring.
And, well, we don't have to go in aggressively. We can just open the door like we own the place.
doors, the bane of all adventuring groups.
This 20-foot
Is a room.
this 20-foot square room is sparsely furnished with 3 sets of rude desks and beds and 3 small chests.
Barracks.
HR department.
I mean,
Barracks.
free stuff. Yes. Do I see
Is
any
that
glyphs on
not
the
where you
floor?
heard the noise from?
No, it was down the other
That is
hallway.
not where the
evil
noise
hall.
came
Oh,
from. The
okay.
noise came from the evil
Okay.
hallway.
I was mishearing. I was thinking that that's where it was.
Nope. So, yeah. Hale is okay with poking around to see what's there, but doesn't want to loot them until the owners are verifiably dead.
Mhm. Okay, now you're speaking my
That's
language.
just her own. That's just her own sense of morality there.
Yeah, but these are bad guys, right? Like they don't deserve that stuff. I think
It
we should
doesn't matter.
confiscate it.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. You're right. We don't hear anything. There's nothing suspicious in this room though, like nobody locked in any trunks or anything weird.
Well, are you going to open up the chests? You don't hear
No.
you don't hear anything coming from out of them. It's not
Yeah.
like someone's like, "Let me out, let me
Yeah,
out."
yeah. Right. So yeah,
Mad-Eye
okay.
Moody's not
I'll listen to
calling.
Kelly.
Varric jokes
Oh.
it might be a mimic, and
I'm
then
muted
Varric
again.
laughs. Haig
So
laughs,
it's
and then the chest
The
laughs.
chest
Just
laughs.
laugh.
So it's 20-foot square room. How many chests?
I
3.
think we said 3.
Mhm.
3.
3 sets of rude desks and
3.
beds and 3 small chests.
Yep.
Okay.
And if we need to sleep, that's a good spot. You know what I mean? That'll be a decent area to hold up. It's got some nice beds in it already. Then we can go through all the
The
chests.
evilness around us before we start talking naps.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time for a rest. I think we
Yeah,
just
not right now. Not
It's
with all this
definitely time
evil.
for loot.
Then you're.
So-
I'm not interested in looting.
Oh, come on now.
Mm-mm. Not with all the evil, man. That's. You
The
can.
evil's down the other hallway.
Yeah.
Is there
Yeah, but
another
there's
random
evil to
spell book
smite.
I could pick up? I haven't hurt myself in that way in a while.
Is there no no cursed items visible at the moment?
Oh, I'm going in. I'm looting.
You're
The
going
evil's
into
got you-
loot.
Yeah, the evil's got you guys scared.
I'm not scared. I just want to handle it. Like that's my job. My job isn't to be a thief. It's to bring vengeance to evil.
Sure, but I just
What
want
I
to see
do.
what's inside.
Yeah,
What's
but
All right,
in
you
the
moved into the
Self
room there,
out.
Dan.
People don't deserve to keep their loot.
I just want to see what's in there. Maybe so there's something in there that we use against the evil. Maybe you got to feed the evil a bone, and one of the chests is full of, you know,
It's a
those
valid,
Naugahyde chewies.
it's a valid point. No one has taken anything yet.
Mhm.
I said it's a valid point. No one's
So,
taken
hey,
anything yet. No one's
Yeah.
a thief.
are you
Yeah.
attempting to open a chest?
I am attempting to wiggle the lid to see if it's locked.
Does not appear to be locked.
All right. I'm going to open the closest chest just
And
to
it
see
blows
what's in
up in
there.
your face?
You
Maybe
open-
if maybe it's spare blankets.
You're not too far off, actually. You open the chest, and inside is you're initially impressed with a cluster of cloth. And upon closer inspection, you realize it's mostly old clothes, socks, though there are a couple of religious books buried within the clothes.
Any
Not
labels
purposely
on the religious books? There's not like a big skull, goat skull on it or anything like.
Yeah,
What last thing
yeah, there
read?
is. There is.
Jerry for dummies.
Necronomicon, anyone?
Yeah, right. I
Two
kind of like
copies.
the 3 con points I have right now that I'm not going to lose from opening the book.
Yes, but what does it, yeah, but
They
can
don't
you
look
read the title?
they don't look particularly ornate. They look like the kind of books that you would see, in a
Doctor's office next to a box of crayons.
kind of, yeah. They seem more like reference books than
It's a
necessarily.
PDR, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. More like, the CDR in this case, cultist text reference.
I am gonna peek my head out of the room and look at Redreth and say, "Hey, buddy, care to take a peek?"
No.
Did you
Yeah,
really
he's
have to
afraid
think
of
about it that long?
I mean,
No, I think the pause was, you're really bothering to ask that?
Yeah,
Don't you
you're right.
remember what happened last time? That was the pause.
Well, at least you could detect magic or something on it. Anyway, I'm gonna put it back in the chest and go to the next one. Little wiggle.
Okay. Head over to the second chest and you're gonna open it. Yeah, you wiggle. It's not locked.
Wiggle.
Redreth ponders throwing Haig into momentary stasis.
Me, on the other hand, I'm thinking about, if I shrink myself to a little house cat, would that make a comfortable bed for me?
Yeah.
Meow.
So yeah, if it's not locked, yeah, I'll lift it up slowly, just like the other one. A little. Take a peek.
And it basically appears to be roughly the same contents. Clothes are slightly different, but it seems to be they have a copy of the same book in their chest.
Oh, perfect.
Interesting.
They have 2 copies of the same book, so likely they're not going to be a spell book or something bad like that. It's probably got info. Okay, this is my theory. If it's like holy Bibles in desk drawers at a hotel, this could have information in it, guys. I'm thinking if there's multiple of the same book, it's not scary, and we could use it for information about the cult.
The junior.
I would make my way over and take a look at it, but I wouldn't touch it. Do I recognize anything about it?
Well, the goat skull inside the pentagram on the cover is kind of, ubiquitous, but other than that, no.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
You want to anybody want to do a little detect magic on it?
I don't have it.
I could. I would blow or detect magic. Is that a ritual?
You
It
can
is a
cast it
ritual.
as
It
a
can take
ritual.
10 minutes to do it.
Okay, if you want to wait 10 minutes, I can.
I'm all right with that. I mean, if it's a cult book that's got some stuff in it that we could use, it could have a little bit.
Yeah.
It could have a little bit of information how to counter the evil too.
Considering what happened to me last time, I'm not eager to touch it or anything, but
Use your mage
I can
hand.
definitely do a detect magic.
Ooh, he said it may use your mage hand.
Kinky.
Is that the C spot?
How would that help? How would that help
I
though?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It was Maddie's suggestion.
Well, you could use it to open the book without touching it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, that makes sense. All right, so I will do the ritual detect magic. Take the 10 minutes.
Okay.
And for
And
some
as long,
reason,
and it'll last for up to 10 minutes too. It's concentration. So if we don't get attacked in the 10 minutes that it takes me to cast that, then I will look at that, but I'll also look down the other hallway, see if I see anything magic. Oh, it's only within 30 feet, so I would have to walk
Right up to it.
closer. So I would come down near where you are, but there's no way I'm gonna come up and physically touch anything.
my gut says the way this module has been that I'm getting lured into a false sense of security. So I'm going to leave the third chest alone.
Oh,
Unless
now
he
you don't
detects
want
zero magic in it.
I don't know.
it.
Yeah, do I see? Okay, so did we get attacked while I was taking the 10 minutes to
Nope.
cast this, or did anything happen? Okay.
No
Um,
event occurred.
Do I hear
What
anything
do-
else from down the evil corridor?
Not that you've noticed. No.
Okay, because I will be listening hard for it.
Well,
Because I want to make sure that what I heard wasn't my imagination.
go ahead and roll another perception check.
And I will also look at the book once I have detect magic up and running, see if I see anything about that or the chests that are magic at first glance.
Hold on a second. I have to adjudicate something.
See, I'm
I
loading.
lose a
Please
point
wait.
of something, don't I?
Huh?
I lose a point of something, don't I?
No, you don't. You are completely safe in this case.
First time for that.
All right, so
Oh, boy.
the tech magic spell does go off. You're not interrupted. You're able to complete the ritual without any incident. And as it goes off, you really don't see anything. Books definitely are not emanating any kind of magic. Nothing in the chests are. All right, hold on a second. I got to read up on something really quick. Ooh. Oh, you SOBs.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
This is just one of these things that, if you're not really attentive to detail, you probably wouldn't appreciate the nuances of what they're asking me to do. All right, so Give me just a second. All right, either they screwed something up or this is going to be really interesting. All right. And this could also be an issue between first and fifth edition expectations of rules and compliance. But basically, you do detect something magical in the area. It's not visible, so you can't
Interesting.
tell where it's coming from, but there is definitely something within 30 feet of you that is magical.
Mizram, why do you have the unconscious effect?
I have no idea.
I guess I'll have to remove that because he's not. I don't think he is. You've been
Okay.
participating, actually.
Sorry, somebody started running a vacuum right near me, so I didn't want to
All
turn
right,
on my
I don't
mic or
see
you'd
it
all
on
be
him.
deafened.
I don't see it on him, but it definitely says Mizram effect unconscious in
Yeah,
the
I
chat
see
box,
it too.
which is weird.
Did he just click
You
on
turn
it?
back into that form and take a nap?
Well, that will always do as a cat. I
Wouldn't
I-
put it
I-
past him.
I was
Probably
I
a
was
bug from the one
clicking
quick
I was
through it.
clicking on my journal, and I have got my action sheet open underneath, so I might while closing the journal, I might accidentally click the action sheet underneath it.
All right, we're not going to worry about it.
Yeah.
On your character. All right.
Okay.
So
Okay,
yes.
so you said within 30 feet of me, there is something magic?
So I'm looking at the detect magic spell. For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. But nothing visible is showing, so all you can tell.
Right, okay.
It's in the third chest.
Right, okay, so, but I get a
Yeah, I
sense
searched
there
the
is
room in
something,
that
but I
case.
can't tell
No.
where.
I'm,
Right.
I'm going to add on here. I might be giving away a little bit too much, but the next paragraph in the spell description was very critical to figuring out what I could share with you.
Okay, I have a 5-year-old talking in my ear right there. So I get the sense that so I'm like, there's something magic, but I don't know where. But I feel, I sense that there is something, or I don't sense anything.
You do sense something.
I sense something, but I don't know where it is or what it is. Okay.
And like I said, the next paragraph in the spell description was actually pretty critical for me figuring out what you would detect. And that text is, the spell can penetrate most barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay. So I do the Ghostbusters. Listen, do you smell something?
Out of character, I would suggest that he use his mage hand and search the room.
Yeah, open that third
But
chest.
in character, Kayla Lee doesn't know that much about magic. And she's just like, okay, what are we doing?
Is mage hand concentration?
I don't believe so, but we should check.
Oh, it says an action, it doesn't say concentration.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I was going to use my mage hand to lift the book anyways, but so do I see, is the book itself, which was my whole reason for coming in here, is the book emanating magic?
No, it is not. No, neither of them are.
Okay. So I would probably pick it out of the chest and set it on the floor with mage hand. I'll cast the little mage hand thing. Where did that go? Boom. So I would lift that out and set it on the floor and see what's under it in the chest. And then also just go ahead.
I was just going to say, just point out anyone that is in the room does actually see a spectral floating hand doing this. So.
Yep.
And then what are you doing? So you're putting it on the floor.
And then also look underneath and see if there's anything underneath of it.
Of a conversation with you, with mom.
Your mic's on, Dan.
So,
yeah, so see if anything, if I don't see anything else, then I would open the last chest lid from across the room with the mage hand.
Gotcha. All right, so there doesn't seem to be anything else of interest inside the chest. It just basically looks like I don't want to say a common man's personal belongings, you know, with a book to boot. Do an insight check.
Okay, hang on a second. You said insight?
Yes, please.
Okay. Not my strong suit. Whoops. Whoops. I clicked on the wrong one. Okay. There. There you go.
You like it?
Those are usually rolled in the tower.
In this case, he knows.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's okay. In this case, he knows he failed. So yeah,
there's no wisdom to be found here.
Can usually, rule of thumb is that physicals can usually be done in the open, but anything mental or out of combat stealth needs to be in the tower. That's just a general rule of thumb.
Yeah, and she's right, but like I said, in this case, it really doesn't matter. But yeah, there's just nothing else you're going to learn.
You're stumped.
Yep, I do mention there's an eerie feeling like there is something else magical around here, but I don't know what it is. So.
Well, but Haig is still in there, right? And Varric, did you follow him in or no?
If they're messing around in there for 10 minutes, I'd have been wandering around the rest of the hall. Let them do their thing.
We've lost interest.
All right. As for the third chest that's in there, when you go to use the mage hand, that one apparently does have a padlock on it.
I would gesture
well,
to
you've got
Haig
two options
and say, "Hey, you've got your big old hefty lockpick hanging over your shoulder." Right?
Out of character reminder, that sort of lock picking risks damaging or destroying the items within. Just an out of character reminder, that sort of lock picking risks damage to the contents.
Well, I had an experience in the tunnels when I went through the statue's basin and you guys were all still upstairs. I had an experience in the tunnels where I went and flipped up the lid on something and it shot out at me. So I would rather definitely not get close to do anything with it.
So you can always call in the lock picker and see if they can A, detect traps, and B, pick the lock before everybody backs away and you mage hand it open.
Hey, lock picker, we got a lock.
Kelly rolls her eyes and comes in to inspect this chest for traps.
Go ahead and make a roll in the tower.
Of course. Perception or investigation?
Investigation.
Okay.
You're actively searching for something, not as opposed to seeing if you notice something.
Okay.
And you do not discover anything that seems suspicious or dangerous or risky.
Then I am going to attempt to pick the lock.
Interestingly enough, despite it being a simple lock, it seems to present a bit of a challenge to you, but you are able to eventually get it open. It takes you about 5 minutes.
Well, while she's working on the lock, Redriff takes one quiet step up behind her, then goes boom.
Okay, start over.
She
10
gives you.
minutes.
She gives you the. She gives you the setting appropriate version of flipping you off, and goes back to
Exactly.
picking the
Right,
lock.
right back over the shoulder. Yeah.
Setting appropriate version.
Yep.
I like that. That's a good description. Okay, so it does take you a little bit of time, and you're surprised that you're having difficulty with it because, in your estimation, it really is a simple lock, but it does eventually give way.
So as far as I can tell, it's just more complicated than it looked.
Yep.
But of course, it could just be that I'm having an off day.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
good
so once it's unlocked and ready to be opened, I'm backing away again. Somebody else can actually open it.
Lock's open.
I can use it. I can use my mage hand to flip the lid up. So
Yes.
I will actually step. You know, I'm assuming it's like up here somewhere. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, so I would step right up around the corner there, and then just peek my eyes around and have the mage hand flip the lid open.
And out of the chest comes a, no, just kidding. Basically seems to be about the same contents.
A fire elemental.
Some clothing, few personal belongings, and another copy of the same book.
Spring-loaded slinky.
Now, the book that has been opened, that you were looking at earlier, there's nothing really secret about it. It's not in any strange text or anything else like that. And without even having to go into the depth of it, it basically, the inside cover declares it to be Rituals of Set.
Question, and feel free to have me roll for it retroactively. When I went in there, did I notice any signs of recent traffic or occupation other than my party members?
Yes, you're right about retroactive roll. Go ahead and do, I guess that one would be perception.
Yeah, if my mouse will cooperate.
No, you do not notice anything that would indicate one way or the other.
Okay.
You would be able to say, though, that, obviously the room has seen somewhat recent use. It isn't an abandoned room.
Okay. But not necessarily within the last day or anything.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's not to say it hasn't been. You just don't see any indication that there has been.
Yep.
So what next, gang?
So I still have the black magic is still up. Nothing exploded out of the chest. And using the mage hand, I would kind of dig around a little bit. There's nothing hidden in the chest itself.
Go ahead and do an investigation check. In the tower.
All right. Wow, that tower's hard to see. Okay.
Depending on how you've got it set up, absolutely it is.
So you knock on the sides of the chest, you knock on the bottom of it, you look around, you even go through and looking through the pockets of all the different clothes that are there, and you don't seem to really find anything else inside the chest. But you still have that nagging feeling that there's something magical in the area.
Hmm. I'm gonna
Right
take the
about that
mage
ti-
hand.
Right about that
Oh,
time
go
is when the detect magic wears off. And so you're like, I know there's something around here still. And then I go, wait, where did it go?
Yeah. And I'm assuming people aren't going to want to wait another 10 minutes to fire that up. So, okay. So I will basically come back out into the main area and say, there is something magic in that area, but I can't figure out exactly what it was. It was not visible.
That's where the sneaky goes back in and does another run over the walls.
Yeah, I was going to take my mage hand and just like press on all the walls and ceilings and see if anything gave.
All right. So you are now doing an investigation check on the room in general or the walls as opposed to the chest, correct?
Yes, exactly. And I will use the mage hand and like just go around and press on the wall tiles themselves.
Well, keep
or
in
whatever
mind, keep in mind that the mage hand, though you can command it and use it to perform actions that don't require much weight, it doesn't give you any kind of tactile response back. So it may
right.
not
Oh,
be
I'm
the
just trying to
best.
see if anything moves.
Okay,
That's all.
that's fine then.
Yeah, that's all. And that keeps me out of harm's way. So
Good
that's all.
balance.
So if nothing, so yeah, so if I can roll like investigation with disadvantage because I'm using the mage hand or something like that, or -5 or
No,
whatever.
just go ahead and make a regular investigation roll.
All right, there we are.
Aha. And so as you're searching through the room and pressing upon the walls with the mage hand, you do notice that the wall on the eastern wall, so just around the corner there, does actually seem to give way a little bit when the mage hand tries to press upon it.
I will call out to Miss Sneaky that there is there appears to be something there over here, and point at the wall. There appears to be a
Okay,
there
hang on.
there. I centered it between the two blocks because I wasn't sure which one it was.
Okay. So I'm gonna come in.
I will take a look at that after our session, Alex.
Yeah, I just wanted to put it in there before I forgot about it.
Oh, that's fine. And I'm always interested in, alternate perceptions and definitions. Not saying I'm necessarily going to follow it, but I'll definitely watch it.
Yeah, no, it's worth considering, and whatever definition you decide you want to use is fine with me. Okay, so what am I doing? Am I poking around to see if I can figure out how to open?
I mentioned that as I was pushing with the mage hand, the tile seemed to give way a bit. So there may be something behind it or something. There's something funky about that spot of the wall.
Okay. Does it look any different than the rest of the wall around it?
At first glance, no.
Okay.
But after he points it out to you, you do kind of notice that it doesn't seem to be set as flush as the other tiles throughout the room.
Okay. That sounds like I need to check it for traps and check it for ways to open any secret latches.
Be my guest. Make your roll. All right. So what are you looking for first? Traps or whether?
Traps.
Okay.
Traps. Definitely traps.
You don't see any kind of trigger mechanism.
Nothing that looks like it might be.
Anywhere on the
a
wall or
trap.
anywhere along the seams.
Okay. Then let's see if we can find any kind of opening mechanism. And figure out how it's supposed to open, because it very well could be a secret compartment.
And actually,
And it very well could just be a flaw.
no, you actually confirmed that it is a secret compartment. There is a secret door in the wall there. It's on a full secret door. It's actually probably about window sized, maybe slightly larger.
Okay, so just a compartment, not a room.
Correct.
Okay.
And apparently it's opened with the simple press of the stone. But apparently the mage hand was not able to put enough pressure on it to trip it. But it basically is one of those, not unlike a modern cabinet door. You push it to open it, you push it to close it.
Okay. Yeah, I will cautiously open it.
So you open the slab, which it does have some weight to it. I mean, it's genuine stone, but it's not that thick.
Yeah.
And behind it.
But that would explain why the mage hand couldn't move it.
Yep. But behind it is something that gets your attention immediately.
Oh.
Not so much for the rest of them, but for a person who is versed in the skill of lock picking, you immediately recognize this as an ancient safe. It is some kind of locked mechanism protecting something on the other side. And so immediately the first thing to your mind is like, oh, wow, I have never seen anything like this. And the second thing in your mind is, do I know how to pick something like this? This is going to be a challenge.
I'm going to have Redreth, I'm going to ask Redreth if he wants to scan it for magic to see if it's the safe itself or if it's whatever's in the safe.
You will probably
I don't have.
Yeah, you'll have to.
I'll have to do the 10-minute thing. If we want to wait, I absolutely can, because it's a ritual, so I can redo it.
Well, Kaoli's patient. Kaoli's patient. It's the rest of the group that I'm not sure of.
And the Goliath wander off into the evil corridor and start knocking down doors.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But that's fine. Fine by me.
They should start. They either do something stupid like that, or they start sparring with each other because they're bored.
Right. There you go.
That would be a way for them to, they're not trying to kill each other. They're just sparring.
All right.
Yep. But yeah, if people are cool with it, I will absolutely take the time to cast that. Sure.
Well,
I still have it listed on my sheet, so if nobody's saying no, so I will take the time to cast Detect Magic and then look very carefully, or get my sense of self very close to the door of this safe and see what I can feel.
I'm cool with it. I'm just chilling, keeping an eyeball on the nasty evil corridor.
All right, so you're able to cast the spell uninterrupted. After 10 minutes, the spell goes off. And now that the stone has been removed, you can tell that what you're detecting is coming from behind that safe mechanism, but it is not the mechanism itself that is emanating the magic.
I will relay that.
Okay. Then I would like to check the safe itself for traps.
I will also give a nod to Haig in thanks for his insistence on messing with the chests, because if he hadn't done that, we would have never found this, whatever it is.
I nod back.
Sometimes persistence does pay off.
I nodded to
Yes,
sleep.
it does.
And sometimes it knocks 3 points off your con.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
All right, so Kaoli, you do not discover any kind of trigger mechanism.
I don't discover anything that makes me think that this thing is trapped. In
Correct.
which case, I'm going to attempt open it.
Go ahead
Hmm.
and let's see. What is the
Actually-
lock? Is there a lock picking skill in 5th edition? What is this the ability?
Some people just use sleight of hand, but Fantasy Grounds lets you type in new skills. So I just put in a thieves tool skill.
You put on a what skill?
Thieves tools,
Thieves tools. Gotcha.
because that's what I'm using is thieves tools, which includes more than just lock picks. Apparently, it includes things like those circular glass cutters and things.
Gotcha. All right. So then, yeah, go ahead and use your thieves tools. That
So
what I remember reading too. So
yeah, actually,
that allows you to apply a bonus both for your experience as well as the fact that you've got tools to help you do it.
yeah, I'm actually gonna poke my head out and ask Fecus if he's got a spell that can help me, because this looks kind of complicated and quite old, and so even if I know how to pick it, you know, it might just be like rusty and not entirely functional.
I don't know if I'd have any kind of spell that would mitigate that.
Bless and guidance.
Yeah, I could probably throw a bless. I don't have it actually on my sheet, but
If you've got bless prepared, that's fine. If you know the guidance cantrip, that's fine too.
I do have guidance.
Okay, that's probably a safer bet, because it's not constant. It's a cantrip and you can cast it all day. Bless is a 1st level spell, so
Whoops. So would I cast that on you or the lock?
yep. No, you cast it on me because I'm the one making a roll.
And then cast. Whoops.
Oh, you got to either target me or drag the button onto me.
That didn't work either. Let's try getting closer.
Gremlins.
There's always one lurking inside Fantasy Grounds, at least.
At least one.
All right, let's clear targets. Try selecting you again.
Remember, hold down Control while you click on her. That's the easiest way.
There we go. And
I don't see you having her targeted. Hold on.
yeah, I've got targets Calla Lily.
Really? It doesn't show in mine that you have her targeted.
Yeah. It's on my combat tracker, it says targets Calla Lily.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Guidance.
It says Kaelali is targeting Kaelali. And
Wow.
Fecus is targeting Kaelali.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't need to target myself.
Haig is also targeting Haig, so you know.
Yeah. Whoa.
Because when I think
I'm now
about
targeting
you,
lots
I
of
touch
people.
myself.
Why am I targeting lots of people? You should be able to just push the button now, Fecus.
Okay. Yeah. It just says target to you.
Now you're
Yep.
targeting yourself again, Kaelali.
Somebody's messing with targeting, or there's a gremlin.
Yeah,
Okay, it's not working, so
I-
I'm just going to roll a d4.
there we go.
Ah, there it is.
Go.
There we go. I was just gonna do it manually, but
Different button.
then I'm gonna come over here
Back to the wall safe.
and attempt to pick the lock.
Ooh.
that a good ooh or a bad ooh?
That's a good ooh, except for it doesn't look like it applied your. You did an investigation.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot what I was doing. That's okay. Yeah. Add 4 to that, and that's my lock picking.
Okay. That seems right. That being said, it does take you a little while. It's a very interesting, complicated mechanism.
Very awesome.
Yeah, and ways of locking things that you've never seen before, and ways of unlocking things that you've never seen before. It's got gears.
Cool.
It's got support bars that go into the stone. It in a lot of ways kind of looks like, except for that it's not made of metal, it looks a lot like a modern bank safe.
Cool.
But you are able to successfully open it. And within
Awesome.
the safe itself, you find
Baby.
Something interesting.
4 small boxes, one each of gold, silver, lead, and what you guess to be obsidian.
Now I still have detect magic running. So how much do they glow in my eyesight?
The obsidian box that is glowing, both because of the contents and because it also has a glyph on it.
Ooh.
None of the other boxes are glowing.
I say be careful of the obsidian one, and I will do the mage hand to reach in and pick that up and bring that out and set it on the floor in the middle of the room.
Okay. I would like to inspect the other boxes for traps.
As soon
As well
as
as
the hand touches the obsidian box,
it blows up in our face.
Not quite blows up in your face, but you do notice. The players will recognize, but as characters, only Redreth will recognize the discharge of electricity.
Zap.
Ow.
And it takes out your mage hand.
Okay.
It basically short-circuited it.
Okay. So the mage hand and I like to imagine that the mage hand itself looks just a tad bit skeletal too, just being a little creepy and eerie.
Sure.
And so it just so there's like a spark and a poof, and when the little cloud of whatever, the ecto whatever goes away, there's just nothing there except the box sitting there.
And a faint smell of ozone.
Yes, exactly. Say, okay,
Alrighty then.
lightning, very good. Let's be careful with that one.
That's probably the glyph. Yeah, let's check the other boxes for more mundane traps since they are not radiating magic.
Does anybody else want to try to grab that thing with a cloth and just kind of put it like a little, lunch sack in your backpack? Maybe
You
it
are
could be
welcome.
thrown, maybe it be thrown at somebody.
I think, to quote Mr. Mercer, you can certainly try.
Redreth, you do know that a layer of cloth, unless it's like, multiple layers, is not going to be enough to protect against that level of discharge.
I know that,
Right.
but
All
I'm willing to let Haig learn
figure that out. Just making sure that you're aware. If it put out your charge, you're going to need like a layer of leather at least, maybe rubber.
I don't think we have rubber in this.
It's not a static charge, that's for sure.
So I kind of go over to my brother and I'm kind of like low voice. I'm like, dude, if we threw that at a big bad, could you imagine what happened?
Say that again.
I said I go to my brother and I say kind of under my breath to him, like over towards his shoulder, like, dude, if we threw that thing at a big bad, could you imagine what might happen?
Maybe.
I mean, we could insta poof him, like somebody big.
Potentially.
Well, remember though that the mage hand is just a cantrip, so it's not exactly a super strong magical entity. So
Yeah.
it could just be a small, lightning something or other.
So again, looking at him, be like, "What do you think? Too volatile? Worth trying."
Daddy, how do you spell Kieran?
Hold on, baby. Somebody poke that kid with a needle.
So did
Maddie, are
I
you
find any
awake?
more
You're still unmuted, Dan.
Yeah, I'm asking Maddie if he's awake.
Oh, okay.
Am I muted?
Oh no, I couldn't hear you. You didn't answer my statements at all. What do you think?
I said, is it in a box? I think we should open it.
No, I thought it was inside the box, or is it just in the shape of a box?
Inside the safe, there are 4 boxes. One of the boxes has a magic rune on it that apparently shoots lightning when you try to touch it.
Yeah.
And then the obsidian makes something go poof.
No, it's the lightning. It's something about the runes or something about the box is protected with magic. So when you try to touch it hits you with lightning bolt. The other 3 are not magical, and those are the ones that Kale is looking at first.
Yeah. And I just rolled an investigation to check and see if there are mundane style traps on the other 3 boxes.
Gotcha. All right.
And you do not detect anything.
Okay, then I'm going to cautiously pick one up, whichever one's closest to the front.
Let's see. That would probably be the silver. The gold and silver are probably right next to each other, and then the lead and obsidian are a little further to the back.
Okay. I will pick up the silver one because silver is pretty and shiny.
Okay. So you pick up the silver one. It has a simple latch to it. It's not locked.
I will attempt to open it.
You open it up, and inside is a powder.
Ooh,
Bork.
interesting. Is the detect magic getting anything out of the powder now that the box is open?
Now that the box is open, there actually is a very faint hint of magic coming from the powder. And you know
What I thought.
it has a very pleasant smell to it.
I will point that out as I see the aura. I'll say, "Ooh, there's something magic about that."
All right. That's worth an identify, but not right now. I'm going to close up the box and put it away in my pack.
Okay. So
and then we'll take out the gold box.
okay, take out the gold box. Similar construction, simple latch, should be easy to open. Are you going to open it?
All right. Yep.
Okay, you open the box, and inside appears to be the same kind of powder. Also
I'm
emanating.
going to look at Redress.
Yeah, it also is
I
emanating.
will nod to it. I'll nod to indicate it is the same.
Magic. Okay, I will close that up and also put it in my pack, and then I will go for the lead box.
Lead box again, similar construction, just different material, same kind of latch. Gonna open it.
Open it up.
You open it up. Inside is a powder, but this one has a slightly different color and different smell to it. But Redreth will confirm it also does have a very slight magical aura to it.
All right.
I will mention it's slight, but there is a bit of magic there.
And
yeah,
you're getting the sense
from the
that
way they're kept in this.
It's alteration magic.
From the way it's kept in the safe, I guessed that they did have some kind of magical property. Either that or they were like extremely valuable. But
well, honestly, I'm not even going to ask Redreth to make a roll on this. He recognizes them as incenses, but he's not going to be able to tell exactly what kind of incense they are until after you've done an identify.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. Well, we don't
That's
have to
cool.
do that right now.
Hey, guys,
However,
it's
the-
5
No.
minutes. It's 5 minutes to time, and I just got a call from a friend that he had a pipe burst, so I'm gonna scoot.
Okay.
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 Good luck, dude.
Go ahead.
Probably a good time to wind it on down. So thanks for making
Yeah,
it.
we can pick this up with the last box next time.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Take care, Dan.
Sounds good.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah.
Well, it was good to actually have a full crew today.
Yeah.
So it's been a little while, but yeah, like you said, we're only 5 minutes short of the hour. So I'd say this is probably a good point to wrap it up, unless there are any last minute questions or anything that's inkling you before you forget about it.
Nope.
Since
Sounds
we
good to me.
determined that the book wasn't, could Varric have started reading the ritual book?
If you want
While
to.
these rituals were going on, and just like check it out and see if, once we know that there's incense and things, maybe glean an idea of how to deactivate what's across the hallway. I don't know.
Sure. Now just lower your intelligence by 3 and we'll be good.
Hey, you said it wasn't magic. So
Yeah, it is not magic. You did confirm that. And I would say between the incense, the clothing, the books themselves, at least one of you is going to figure out that, this apparently is a quarters for some acolytes or lower priests
acolytes,
of
maybe,
Set.
yeah.
And this is apparently a Set compound. So you do have Set cultists that operate from underneath the obelisk. You are confident this is true at this point, but you still don't have any real proof except for maybe that book.
We still
But that
need
just proves that they used to occupy this place.
That's true. It's not.
And even that is a little tenuous.
Mhm.
Well, nothing's dusty in here, right? Like it looks used, or does it look in disservice?
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end the recording.